The bangs, the brows, the effortlessly chic outfits. You may not know her name, but you've pinned her on Pinterest. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dion, and today we are going to be talking about the style icon, Matilda Djerf. I've decided to dedicate this week's video to Matilda Djerf because she has ruled the Pinterest boards and Instagram feeds for the past 3 or 4 years, and I feel like not a lot of people know her name. She also runs her own sustainable and ethical clothing company, and I really feel like she has been the driving force of most Gen Z trends in the past 2 or 3 years, honestly, since around the pandemic. The entire world got curtain bangs, including myself. And even though maybe people don't know her name, they've seen her photos and they have followed her trends, like the trends that she started. Hailey Bieber, Kendall Jenner, they're taking tips from Matilda Djerf. She's sort of this not anonymous, because obviously she has millions of followers and people know her and stuff like that, but she hasn't become a household name until the past couple of years, even though, in my opinion, she's been dictating the trend. So some background information on Matilda Djerf. She grew up in Borås, Sweden, but she lived in Monterey, California for 2 years. Her and her boyfriend Rasmus are high school sweethearts, and Rasmus is the CEO of Djerf Avenue, Matilda Djerf's clothing company. The two of them went backpacking in Bali and Australia in 2016 after they graduated. And Matilda did some modeling here and there to help fund their trip and pay their way. And while they were doing that, Rasmus was taking photos of her. She was posting them on Instagram. And suddenly, when they came back to Sweden in 2017, she had over 100,000 followers. At the time, Matilda was working at a juice bar, and she decided to leave her job there and focus on social media in 2017. She switched from travel, tropical content to life in her small Swedish town and continued to amass thousands of followers and became the face of thousands of Pinterest boards. Matilda did brand partnerships and modeling to help support herself and fund more traveling, and said in a 2022 Forbes article that she didn't feel like social media was her real job until around 2018. She has something that I really admire and aspire to do, which is very hard for me because I'm kind of an oversharer, which is to have this boundary on social media. She's not afraid to talk about serious issues like abortion, women's rights, Black Lives Matter, her ectopic pregnancy, personal life things like eating disorders and miscarriages and scarring. But she still manages to be a little bit detached and have this boundary. We don't know that much about Matilda. She says enough on social media, so we get her personality of her boyfriend, her clothing company, her dog, her family in Sweden. But you really don't know that much about her. I just aspire to be a mysterious person like that. I'm so open, and especially now that I'm getting bigger and bigger on social media, I need to learn. One of my 2023 goals is you don't have to share so much on social media. Back off. This is no longer a platform for you to interact with your high school friends who know you. Now 27,000 people are looking at you. So maybe scale it back a little bit, because not everyone knows your personality and knows that you speak in basically only hyperbole. Don't take anything I say seriously, just for the record. Also, something I admire about her feed is that it's not super curated, nor is it careless. It's effortless, classic, cool, comfy, relaxed, simple, elegant, and luxurious, yet understated. She really popped off in 2020 when everybody wanted her hair. And in that 2022 Forbes article, they actually asked about that. And Matilda says, "I don't really understand it, but before I was trending on TikTok, it was Pinterest. It makes me blush and I'm so flattered, but I don't understand why. My hair has always been a fun thing for me. I never really enjoyed makeup, so I always styled my friend's hair. Then I cut my curtain bangs in 2017 and people started reposting my photos. Ever since then, it's been a point of subject." So in 2019, Matilda and Rasmus decided to start Djerf Avenue, a sustainable, ethical, and inclusive clothing brand with products made in Portugal and designed in Sweden. On their website for Djerf Avenue, the description says that Djerf Avenue is a Swedish, non-seasonal, ready-to-wear brand. It's curated for you, by us. Born out of love for vintage and the perfect basics, Djerf Avenue is made to embody the confident, chic, and laid-back person on the go. Each piece is created with love from design to production. We want to deliver pieces that feel timeless and that will last. I feel like obviously Matilda was big in 2016 to 2018 when she started to amass her followers. Djerf Avenue and her bangs going viral like in the 2019 area really like came together to launch her into a household name. I bought something from Djerf Avenue, I think in the second drop because it was like early 2020. And that's when I found out about Matilda, and I very seldom get influenced by influencers. There's been like 3 times in my life where I can honestly say that I was like directly influenced by an outside source. One of them I mentioned a couple weeks ago in my Victoria's Secret video, which was like the VS All Access videos for the models. Whatever the models ate, worked out with, makeup, clothing, anything that the models used, I was like, put it in my cart right now. I need it. Another one was early in the pandemic when cottagecore first kind of came onto the scene or became a huge thing. I was like, this is gonna be my personality for the rest of my life, and I'm gonna switch out everything I own. Luckily, cottagecore is very thriftable, so I didn't actually buy anything new, really. And the third time was Matilda Djerf. When I kind of like discovered Matilda Djerf, like I would see her on Pinterest and I really wanted curtain bangs, so I would pin her, and then I was like, let me just follow this girl. I was like, so I need everything in her closet. I need to know every single thing that she uses. Her hair products, I still use Maria Nila, which is what Matilda uses on her hair, because I was influenced to buy it, and honestly, I will never switch back. I really, really love the Maria Nila True Soft Conditioner and their True Soft Argan Oil. I also use their coloring conditioner. So I was like directly influenced by that. So much of her makeup. And of course, when she came out with Djerf Avenue, I was like, well, then I have to buy Djerf Avenue because I'm already buying everything that Matilda is doing. Again, this doesn't happen to me that often, but Matilda really like, essentially. Like I said, in 2020, her curtain bangs really went off, and everybody on TikTok was getting curtain bangs and doing tutorials on how to get Matilda Djerf hair. I feel like I didn't see a lot of Djerf Avenue until last summer, even though it's been around since 2019. I feel like I bought a couple items from Djerf Avenue, and I would not see like a ton of people buying it or wearing it. If you look on the hashtag like Djerf Av Angels, you would see some people, but like at that time there wasn't a ton of people. But last summer, 2 influencers that aren't really like in the Venn diagram of Matilda Djerf, Alexis Sunshine 83 and Darling Desi, both did Djerf Avenue hauls, and I think Aspen Ovard also did a Djerf Avenue haul, and I was like, damn, it's been a couple years, but like now Djerf Avenue is trickling down to them, and like I didn't really expect them to know about Djerf Avenue. That obviously means like it's becoming a bigger and bigger deal. I'm seeing more and more Djerf Avenue hauls on TikTok and Djerf Avenue reviews on YouTube. I just feel like it's getting more and more of a bigger brand. And I'm actually a huge fan. I have a pretty small collection of Djerf Avenue items. They are one of the only companies that I will actually buy new. They're very transparent about their factories and their wages and their workers and their materials. Like everything is so transparent, so ethical, so sustainable. They treat their workers fairly. Their models are so inclusive. They'll have disabled models, they'll have male models, they'll have fat models. Like they have everybody, which I love. And I've truly never been disappointed by a Djerf Avenue piece. This shirt that I'm wearing is Djerf Avenue. The pants that I'm wearing is Djerf Avenue. I'm a really huge fan. I even got my mom a pair of Djerf Avenue pants because she was like, I love those black silky pants you have. And I'm like, I got you. I'm honestly a huge Djerf Avenue fan. In that Forbes article, again, they were talking about the start of Djerf Avenue, and Matilda said, the first collection came out of a selfish idea as I wanted to produce items that I missed in my wardrobe. We launched our first collection in December 2019 and nearly immediately sold out. We didn't have any space for the product, so we found empty warehouse locations we could rent for the weekend. For months, we put all the boxes with extra items that didn't sell in my mom and dad's apartment, and my old room became storage for boxes. In the beginning, we would have 1 or 2 orders a day, so my mom and dad could pack those orders. When we had to restock, we'd find a new location to rent for 3 days and then go back to mom and dad's apartment. Eventually, we rented an office and warehouse here in Stockholm. And you can go on their website and sort of see the whole process of Djerf Avenue. But I love that like it's such a small team and how transparent they are, like I said earlier. In a New York Times article, they were also talking about Djerf Avenue. Matilda was saying, "What I wanted with Djerf Avenue was to give people classic and comfortable staples that they can wear again and again or style in multiple ways over the years. Sizes for the collection range from double extra small to triple extra large. What was even more important to me was that there was a fashion brand that was completely welcoming and inclusive of everyone. That was always my real dream." When the New York Times interviewer asked about why she doesn't go to Fashion Week like Paris or Milan, she says, "It isn't that I haven't been invited, but I do think hard about what I support. Do I really want to be at a catwalk show and see only size 00s walk the runway? Not really. Nor would it send the right message to people who are influenced by me." I think about that a lot, which I didn't realize, and I really actually admire that about Matilda, like how careful she is about the brands that she works with and supports. She mentioned that in a few other articles that I was reading, that she used to do like a ton of brand deals to support herself, and now she like hardly does any because she really wants to be intentional about who she's choosing to support. Djerf Avenue is so well done in their modeling and marketing and everything. I think like they're just gonna become bigger and bigger. I know this isn't a video on Djerf Avenue, but obviously it's so close to her style and it's her company that it reflects her a lot. So Matilda Djerf's style in a nutshell. If you look up clean girl, vanilla girl, Scandinavian fashion, coastal grandmother, or any of those aesthetics on Pinterest, you will inevitably see Matilda Djerf. Likewise, searching up blazer outfits, hair inspiration, or classic chic outfits will lead you to even more Matilda Djerf photos. Djerf Avenue is often described as timeless, inclusive, genuine, effortless, which of course is a reflection of Matilda's style as well. Matilda isn't afraid to wear interesting or cool pieces. She likes to shop vintage and thrift, and it's a nice switch up from her classic and timeless pieces, which are often a lot of neutrals. So she'll have like the one funky vintage item, like a little tank top or something, or cool shoes to go with her all neutral outfit. And in the summer, she gets even more colorful. She does subtly wear trends. Like I noticed last year and the year before, she kind of like was very coconut girl and like that kind of vibe. And then this year she's getting more into like 2010 sort of Miley Cyrus vibes, but she still keeps it as her aesthetic. She is an aesthetic, like her whole, like she's just, oh God, I'm so jealous. I'm so bad at like I'm not good at being an aesthetic. I'm good at talking about aesthetics, but like I am so like all over the place maximalist that like I'm just not a singular aesthetic. Matilda Djerf is an aesthetic. Like her whole vibe, she is an aspirational aesthetic, and I really I envy her for that. If I were to describe Matilda Djerf's style, I would say sexy, classic, elegant, and effortless. And effortless is very key. Right, so for getting the look to emulate Matilda Djerf's style, you want to look at neutrals, classic, loose-fitting pants and button-ups, blazers, suit sets, vintage shoes, tall black boots, little party dresses, funky thrifted pieces mixed with classics. She loves a basic, simple outfit in neutral colors, like loose pants with a blazer or an all-black fit, and in the summer, she goes very bright, tropical, and colorful. Her looks are sexy but still comfy. She's not afraid to wear flip-flops and boxer shorts, nor vintage Gucci heels and a mirror palette dress. It's very California, romantic, but also Scandinavian, cool and simple. In creating Matilda Djerf outfits, proportions are very important. She typically doesn't do something that's tight all over and enjoys to wear many loose layers in a "I'm just so small in these big clothes" kind of way. Even when she does wear like a tighter dress, it's not like pushed up, sucked in, like it's still comfy and loose, almost like it wasn't really made for her. Maybe it's a size up, or like she borrowed it from someone in that way. Again, everything about Matilda is supposed to be effortless, which is hard because people will put so much effort into looking like her. Having blazers and trousers in your wardrobe are a must, and personally, I love loose-fitting trousers. I think a pair of loose-fitting trousers will get you so far. I have about like 4 pairs at this point because they're all that I wear. Looks so classy, but they feel like pajamas. So I feel like when you're doing a Matilda Djerf outfit, you want to scale back. So take off an accessory or switch out a color for maybe something a little bit less try-hard. Like that's the thing, is you never want to look try-hard in a Matilda outfit. When you look at her, it just looks like she threw something on that just happens to be really cool and chic. Of course, it is intentional. She's a fashion girl. I'm sure she does pick out her outfits, but it looks like she just threw it on. Just so, it should look like you went shopping in your mom and boyfriend's closet. Like she wears a lot of sort of like boyish looks, like kind of cargo pants or like a baby tee, but also kind of like outdated like mom looks that of course look trendy and vintage and thrifted and effortless. What I love is like she loves a deep V or like cut out boobie moment, but she never wears a bra. I'm actually only wearing a bralette because this is very see-through and I didn't want to be demonetized, but like she is not a bra lady and I love that because I am not a bra lady at all. And even though she does do like cutouts or a deep V boobie moment, it's never too sexy. It's still like effortless, accessible, easy, comfy, but it just happens to also be sexy. The best thing about Matilda Djerf's closet is that it's so thriftable. Like you don't have to get Djerf Avenue clothing or buy the same designers that she wears because like blazers, neutral colors, trousers, those are very easy to find in the thrift store. And then she also loves like in her neutral fits to have like a funky tank top or like a funky pair of shoes, a vintage purse. And so like those pieces she'll thrift or do vintage, which you can also do. And that adds an individuality to it that's not like, oh, everything she's wearing is Djerf Avenue or everything she's wearing is this one brand that I just should go out and buy. She incorporates herself vintage and thrifted pieces to give every single one of her outfits a sense of individuality and coolness, which I think is really cool and also really easy to do. You don't want to shy away from color, especially in the summer. She does wear colorful pieces and she likes a pop of color every now and then. But when in doubt, a neutral outfit featuring grays, blacks, beiges, and cream will never lead you astray. And I feel like she tends to go beige, cream, gray. Those are sort of her colors, but of course blacks, browns also she'll do. But in doubt, do a neutral fit. She really taught me the importance of neutral outfits. I was never a neutral girl and now I will find myself wearing very neutral outfits. I've just learned like, oh, these are so easy to do and like not that hard to figure out. Again, I do like that she'll add cool funky pieces in like her tank top or her belt or her purse or her shoes in all these like basic, neutral, sort of classic, timeless Djerf Avenue-esque pieces. You want simple jewelry, hair down or in like a messy claw clip, natural to no makeup, natural or cute pastel nails. Shoulder bags are a big thing with her. She always has a little shoulder bag. In terms of shoes, tall boots, mules, kitten heels, pointy heels, dainty vintage heels in general. I know that she's like kind of a collector of like mule, kitten heels, like vintage, pointy. I feel like she wears a lot of those. I love her because she wears flip-flops. She has some black Havaianas. She'll do some funky little cute flip-flops. And as a Florida girl and a die-hard flop lover, I'm happy to see a fashion girly be like, yo, flip-flops are cool. Fuck these slides. I hate slides. I'm a flip-flop girl. And I feel like that is really like Matilda Djerf style in a nutshell, is that you want to, it should be classic and timeless. You shouldn't like place her in a day, a year, or time period. It's very like amorphous in that way. Keep it like simple, cool, but have pieces that show your individuality, whether it's your jewelry, your funky headband, your earrings, your shoulder bag, your shoes, your little tank top, cool t-shirt, like having something that shows individuality, that shows a funkiness, a thriftiness. Especially when she goes out, I feel like her daytime outfits are very neutral, but then when she goes out, she loves like a sexy little dress with tall boots. That's like her go-to going out outfit. And I feel like with her like suit outfits, she'll do either like tall boots, she'll do cool sneakers in a very Scandinavian way, or of course like the pointy dainty shoes. And in the summer, she loves like a vintage strappy cutie little sandal or little flip-flop. And with that, that's gonna conclude today's video. I hope you guys liked it. I know so many of you guys love Matilda Djerf as much as I do. I absolutely love her style, and I really like, she's such a good point person to look at in terms of like sustainable, ethical style, because her outfits are so easy to recreate with your own closet or things that you can thrift. It's really about proportions, having things loose, flowy, comfortable, nothing too tight or sucked in or like, it's more understated. It's more casual, it's more comfy, it's more relaxed and laid back, just like, oh, I just put this on. And I really like looking at her style and trying to emulate it in my closet to kind of get me out of my rut. She really taught me about like the power of neutrals and suits and loose fitting trousers. I did not know about any of this until Matilda Djerf. She opened my eyes, and now that's basically all I wear. These Djerf Avenue pants, I live in. I want to get them in every single color that they make because they're absolutely the best. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below what other influencers you want me to do a style spotlight on. I really like kind of boosting these people. I think I'm just such a Matilda Djerf stan. I want to be a model for Djerf Avenue so badly. I want to be a Djerf Ave angel. I will continue to spend all my money at Djerf Avenue. I am not someone that gets influenced by influencers almost ever, but damn, the chokehold Matilda Djerf has on me is absolutely insane. And in my dream, my musings, when I think about like next step after social media, what I would want to do if I want to do like a clothing brand or something, I really look at how Djerf Avenue has marketed and presented themselves and what they're doing in the fashion world. And I'm like, that is the future. And I promise you guys, Djerf Avenue, Matilda Djerf is only going to get bigger from here. Like I really think she's like the front runner in fashion at the moment. So if you do like fashion content, talking about thrifting fashion, talking about fashion aesthetics and how to thrift them sustainably, how to use your own closet to fit aesthetics and stuff like that, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because I post videos every Thursday, and follow me on TikTok and Instagram because I love to ask you guys about your opinions. They really help me like for my video. I asked you guys about Matilda Djerf and a lot of you guys are like, ah, yes, I love her. So it's fun to interact with you over there. And I also post content there almost every single day. And with that, have a happy, happy day. Bye.